Welcome back to Real Estate Mindset. Today's video is going to be absolutely bonkers. Now, as we move into 2022, you guys, we're going to continue to see Zillow continue to reverse what they're telling us, right? They're going to continue to flip-flop. So much so that during me recording this video, Zillow just came out with another article flip-flopping on their current housing market projections. So I'm going to have to end this video and make another video on Zillow. That is how absolutely out of control Zillow is right now with what they're saying is going to happen in the housing market. So what we're going to do today, you guys, is we're going to look at an article that's titled "Mortgage Rates Rise as Markets Reverse Course." What? Now, here's the interesting thing about this article, you guys. It's from Zillow, right? So this is from Zillow. So Zillow is now expecting the housing market to actually reverse instead of grow like crazy. I guess you better be careful listening to them. So for all the people that purchased homes based on what Zillow was saying and equity growth, I'm sorry, they were wrong. Hang on, you guys. It's going to be a bumpy ride, right? Now, remember, you guys, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm a YouTuber, even though my profession is, in Texas as a loan officer, in Houston as a realtor. I'm a teacher. I'm an instructor in real estate. I love real estate, but these are just my opinions, just my thoughts. If you guys could, for all this effort for the algorithm, please like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and comment as always. I love my community. I love the subscribers. Y'all have no idea how often I think about some of y'all's comments, especially the ones that have a lot of detail, a lot of intel, a lot of data, and some really, really good angles, because quite frankly, we need angles right now because no one has a crystal ball. Right? No one knows exactly what's going to happen, but it's very, very probable that the housing market is going to crash. As we continue into 2022, we're going to continue to see Zillow flip-flop. Take a look at this article. Guys, I'm going to keep this video short and sweet. Here's what the article says. Mortgage rates increased last week. You think? Reaching heights we haven't seen in more than a decade. While markets reacted positively to Federal Open Market Committee action last week, markets reversed course in recent days to drive rates higher. Inflation, supply chain challenges, and labor issues continue to weigh on the minds of market watchers. Real quick, guys, let me tell you guys something about labor issues. The moment that people stop making money, we won't have labor issues no more. People are going to need to go back to work. Mark my words on that. The recession may help us. That's probably why we need one. And may force the Federal Reserve to make more hawkish actions to tame inflation than what is currently being signaled. Okay, so that's Zillow saying, actually, we may be wrong. We didn't realize what the Federal Reserve was going to do. It continues. Economic data showed continued tight labor markets and increasing labor costs. Signals of ongoing inflation pressure, and markets are anticipating continued supply chain challenges with the war in Ukraine and lockdowns in China. Investors will be forced on price indicators released this week to ascertain if inflation is leveling off and what that might mean for future interest rates. In addition, markets are showing concern of a potential recession, giving central bank actions to curb inflation, a global geopolitical events. Markets have been extremely volatile in the past few weeks, and this is likely to continue in the short term. Does that sound like Zillow? Does that sound like Zillow? You guys know that doesn't sound like Zillow. What this here is them trying to save face. They got egg all over their face, right? Because they said, remember, they said this year 17% equity increase. Then that went down to 14% equity increase. But as I made this video, they came out with another article that said 11% equity increase. They're going down 3 to 4% each month. So when we hit August, what are they going to say then, right? I believe what we're seeing here is Zillow knows, right? Zillow knows what's coming, right? A first grader knows what's coming. Why? I have a first grader in my house. She knows what's coming. They are going to flip-flop because they will have no choice, because the data is all pointing in the opposite direction of what they're anticipating. Let's finish out this video by reading one more snippet right now. Mortgage rates. This is another article. This is funny. They don't know what they're talking about. Mortgage rates declined slightly last week, but are still more than 2% points higher than a year ago. Price data released last week showed persistent inflation in many areas of the economy, But interest rates did not move higher on this news as the Federal Reserve affirmed market expectations for a 50 basis point rate hike and at the next two meetings of the Federal Open Market Committee. With continued market volatility, investors appear to shift to a risk-off mode, with equity prices declining and U.S. Treasury yields moving lower. Investors are questioning how hawkish the Federal Reserve can be with recent market volatility and the potential for slow growth or a recession resulting from rate increases. Economic data releases are light this week, but retail sales figures yesterday did show signs of continued momentum in consumer spending. So here's the thing with continued momentum in consumer spending, okay? Inflation, right? If the prices go up on food, then people don't need to purchase as much food for the same amount in dollar sales, right? So if I buy cereal for $5 in 2020 and then the cereal goes up to $10 and I buy that today, it looks like I bought two things of cereal, right? Because sales are now $10. I bought $10 worth of things, even though I could have bought the same thing 2 years ago for half price. Do you understand how careful we have to be about inflation? Here's another thing, you guys. Why isn't the Federal Reserve properly explaining this data? Why are more and more people, thank God for YouTube, for real though, thank God for YouTube. The amount of information I learn about inflation on YouTube and YouTubers, completely out of control. I really love, these well-prepared YouTubers that are trying their best to actually just give us the truth. But the thing is, you guys, we are in such worse situation than a lot of people realize because it's being masked by runaway inflation, right? It's being hidden from our eyes because of this inflation. It makes it appear like we're okay, just a little bit of a GDP loss in Q1. That's going to change. Is it going to change? Is the GDP loss going to change? Yesterday, Walmart and Target just came out with their numbers. Did you see the bloodbath in the stock market? Do you think Q2 of 2022 is not going to be negative GDP? And if so, why? The housing market's getting crushed. There's still very little inventory. Sales are down. Everything is down. We're in a recession right now. This is just Zillow trying to get ahead of the hole that they dug themselves. That's just my opinion. You guys, do me a favor, comment below. Let me know if you think my line of thinking is on track. Let me know if you think I'm a wacko and you think I'm completely wrong. Either way, I definitely appreciate you guys following along this video with me. And remember, if you're out there investing in real estate, I do wish you luck and I hope you win.